That's the result of the European Grand Prix. 10 out of 10 for Ralf Schumacher, 18 points for Williams. Barrichello third in the Ferrari. Alonso wrestling the Renault into fourth place. Michael Schumacher controversially fifth. Great drive from Webber in the Jaguar. Button scoring a couple of points, and Heidfeld, who started from the pit lane, making his point for Sauber. Before we see the replay, I just want your views on that Michael Schumacher incident. Tony, you first.
Well, I just think that the incident there was controversial as always, but you can get away with it. There have been precedents before where Patrese at Monte Carlo, for example, spun up onto the curbs. He was pushed back on because he was in a dangerous position. He got the engine going down the hill and got away with it, and he actually won the race.
Mark?
The situation with Montoya overtaking Schumacher, not a problem for me. That was a racing incident, and I think he'd done a fantastic job. Michael being pushed back on the circuit, touch and go. I'm not so sure he should have that.
Right, let's just have a look at Montoya going round Michael Schumacher. We wonder why Ralph didn't do this in Canada a couple of weeks ago. No fears, though, from Montoya, your man.
Montoya just puts one over on Michael. I mean, he goes on the outside of him. For me, he leaves him enough room. Here you see, look, Michael just squeezes himself slightly. Montoya leaves him enough room. Just looks like Michael gets up in the curb slightly and gets the car light and just gets spun off. But, you know, you see the front wing of Juan Pablo Montoya's car. This is the incident now.
Now, who's that fella?
Well, to me, he doesn't look like a marshal to me, does he? No, I don't think he's a qualified marshal by any means. And this is what I mean. I'm not so sure in my book whether that should be allowed.
I'll tell you, it's difficult enough to overtake without removing the incentive, and then suddenly to be under investigation for a while. And Montoya, exciting as always. And that was pretty much carbon copy of Malaysia last year when they went into the first corner, do you remember? And Montoya got a stop and go for that at the time. That was wholly unjust at the time. If they'd penalised him for that, there would have been an outcry.
We feel sorry, though, for Kimi Räikkönen, don't we? A wonderful pole position here yesterday, leading the race, and embarrassingly, the Mercedes blows up in front of the top brass as well.
Well, Kimi Räikkönen was doing an outstanding job. I mean, the guy was so fast. That first stint there, what he was putting in, nobody could touch him. But to have your engine blow, home crowd, home manufacturer Mercedes-Benz, that is a real big blow for him. But the other problem is it's late in the season, and we're having engine blow-ups now. It's not, not a good thing.
Reliability. I mean, this is what Ferrari have, the bulletproof reliability. And there's Kimi, about to close the gap, about to put the championship right on an even keel, and that was removed. And that's sad for the World Championship. But with Michael Schumacher only finishing down in fifth place, then we've got a battle royal coming up in France.
It's going to be a difficult climb back for him later in the season to regain the lead in the Drivers' Championship. Let's get a Ferrari viewpoint, shall we, from Ross Brawn. Here he is with Louise.
Ross, I suspect there's going to be some debate about that incident between Michael and Juan Pablo for quite some time. First of all, your view on the move that Juan Pablo put, were you quite happy with that?
No, not at all. I think there's some drivers who have some class about them, and Mika Häkkinen used to be one. He and Michael had some great situations that never resulted in any of them coming off the track, and the manoeuvre that Montoya pulled could have taken them both out of the race. It was just a very crude overtaking manoeuvre, and he's done it several times. And he knocked David out here last year, he knocked Michael out this year, so he's not a very classy driver in that respect.
Montoya, not a classy driver. Ross Brawn's verdict. We will be right back. Michael Schumacher's lead at the top of the Drivers' Championship increased to 7 points. Ralf Schumacher up a clear third now. Montoya fourth, followed by Alonso, Barrichello, Coulthard and Jarno Trulli. Mark, your verdict?
Well, Ross Brawn just said that Montoya's not a classy driver. Well, in my book, he's a racing driver, and a very good one. But at the end of the day, Williams BMW 1-2, fantastic result.
In a word?
Controversial race, great 1-2, but you also have to admire Michael Schumacher, because he never gives up, does he?
Thank you very much, both. We're in a hectic period in the season now. Back-to-back races next weekend, Manicure, coinciding with the start of another race that demands your attention.
Lance Armstrong is going for his 5th straight Tour de France win. We're going with him. The Centenary Tour every night at 7 on ITV2 and live every weekend starting next Saturday.
Coming up next right here, round 3 of the F3000 Championship from the A1 Ring Spielberg in Austria. Reaction from the European Grand Prix in our highlight show tonight 11:45. You can also see that ITV2 tomorrow evening at 7. We're off straight to Manicure next weekend. We'll be spotlighting the Renault team, our comprehensive coverage starting qualifying 1 on the Friday night. You know, they don't care who wins at the Nürburgring, so long as his name is Schumacher. It is Ralph's day, but Michael still top man in the championship. Good afternoon to you all.
Formula One on ITV, sponsored by Toyota.
If you'd like to know more about Formula One, the website address sponsored by Toyota is itv.com/F1.